Today we're going to review a site that I found under the keyword Omaha Movers. It's called Pat's Moving and it came up first. And they've got a lot of great reviews on Google Places. So this is a pretty good indicator they're good at what they do. But let's see how they represent themselves online. So the first impression, once you start looking through the site, is that the website's a little outdated and there's not a lot of design really to it per se. But you shouldn't let that fool you. The content here and some of the layout is actually very good. Content-wise, they've got a lot of nice little details. You can go check out customer reviews. You've got the contact information for both of their branches, very clear and easy to see. You know that they're open 7 days a week. And when you look down, you see that they've won a lot of other awards, and they've got this nice big shiny Best of Omaha button. And they've also got a nice checklist here about what they provide in their service. The other great thing that they have is this video about how to spot a rogue mover. And it's a nice short video about how to make sure that the mover you're working with is legitimate. So the really good thing about that is it's completely customer focused. They're not talking about themselves. They're thinking about the needs of a potential client, which is great. The only real problem with it is that they spelled rogue wrong. But that's something that's pretty easy to fix, so I won't dwell on that. The other nice thing they have graphic-wise is this how far in advance should I book my move, pointing to 1 to 2 weeks. It's a nice visual indicator of when you should be taking action and engaging them. Remember, you always want to be guiding a visitor to the next step, and this is a great way of doing that. The other nice piece of content they have down here is the FAQ. And inside the FAQ, there's a lot of questions about what Pat's Moving can and can't do, what they should do, and the kinds of things that they can move, the kinds of things that they can do on the moving day, which are all great things and I'm sure they get a lot of questions about, so it's good that they're here. The only thing about all these questions is that they're company-centric. They're all about Pat's Moving. There's not too much content here that's customer-centric. What should I be doing on my moving day? What should I be doing before my moving day? Things like that. So that's an opportunity to generate some really good content that can be used as a free giveaway. So let's go back and take a look at the layout here. So it's okay, but what they really need to be doing is taking this service information here and bringing it up to the top left here, because that's the first thing people are going to see. And it's the first thing they're going to read. So you want to be very clear and upfront what you do, why you're good at it, and that's a great way of doing that. So they're missing an opportunity by leaving it down here. The other thing is that as important as the contact information is, they really need to drop it down and let some other content shine, especially this video. So I would take the video and put it up here in this right corner here. And then what they can do is underneath that video, give them a call to action. Now, one thing that they're doing well is that they've got this big shiny call to action button. It's very clear what they want you to do next. However, they're telling you to get an estimate, which is fine if you're already looking for that. But if you're in a mood for browsing movers and comparing them, you might not be ready to take that step. So there should be a link for a get estimate, but not make that the central call to action, the central goal of the visitor experience. Rather, what I would do is take some of that information I was talking about earlier that could have been on the FAQ and turn that into a free report. Make it educational. If you're moving, what's the best way to package something? When's the best time to start? When's the best time to find a mover? How to evaluate a good mover versus a bad mover. All those little details, wrap that up into a report, give it away for free. And so right underneath maybe that YouTube video, they could put only an email address. Don't ask for anything else, and plus a button that tells you the free report that you're going to get. Then what you can do is follow up maybe a day later, maybe a few days later, and say that you're available to do an estimate and explain what the estimate's going to entail. Because right now, there's probably a lot of people coming to this site and seeing this get estimate and they're not clicking it. And the reason that they're not clicking it is because they feel like they're about to get a phone call from a salesperson and they're not ready for that yet because this trust level hasn't quite been established. And then you probably have a lot of people who actually do click the get estimate, and here's what happens. A huge form that you have to fill out, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And it's great that they're detailed, but it's too early in the experience for that. That's why I think that if they've bought it with a free educational material and set the expectations of what an estimate is going to entail, they're going to be able to capture a much higher percentage of the people coming to the site. They're already probably getting a lot of good traffic because they are number one in Google. And the other thing is that they don't have any web analytics installed on their site. And if you've seen my other videos, you know how much that I believe that that is really important to improving your site over time. So to sum up, move the star content up to the top, change from a get estimate call to action to give a free report, and then follow up on that email list with a get estimate offer, and also to install web analytics and start looking at where people are coming from, how long they stay on the site, and so forth, and adjust the site over time. Couple small details that aren't quite as critical but are worth noting. This read customer reviews is great, but it takes them away from the web page. If you click on it, you leave, which is okay, but you should probably have the actual testimonials somewhere here in the site, maybe next to all these awards. And also be sure to take this how far in advance should I book my move and actually put that up at the top to create a sense of urgency. And all of these things are things that can be done within the next couple weeks. You could probably even get it done in a day if you put your mind to it. And in doing so, the site would be structured in a much better way to take advantage of the fact that it is number one in Google. Because the visitors that are coming in are being converted into potential customers at a much higher rate than they would be with this current layout. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.